Hey, what's up, Slunts Joker here. Today I'm going to be joined by fellow YouTuber Reckless Yuki as we're going to be going over our top 5 games for 2015. There's going to be a mix of some PC, a little bit of console, but hopefully by the end of the video we'll have a good idea of what games you should be looking out for in 2015. And maybe you can let us know down in the comments below what you're looking forward to most this year, whether it be on PC, console, or whatever. But let's go shoot over to Yuki now and you can tell us a bit about yourself, what you're doing over there on your channel.
How's it going, everyone? I am Reckless Yuki, and what I do on my channel is basically just gaming or any sort of gaming commentary, anything that I am currently or interested at the time. I kind of jump around between tech reviews and things like that. That's how I found Joker when I was looking up different tech reviews on YouTube. I found his channel, saw that he had a high quality, and I contacted him and watched his videos for about, I don't know, maybe a few months now. And so I kind of contacted him not too long ago to play some Evolve Beta, since he's one of the few people I know who actually have a PC and who is interested in playing that game. So that's how I kind of got to know him, and here we are making a video together. Collaborations!
Yay! Woo! Well, I was interested in Evolve until all the pre-order and DLC bonuses and shit were brought to light and brought to my attention. Even though the information's been out there for a while, but it really just kind of came to my attention recently. But I'm not going to be pre-ordering that game. But it was decent, though. We had a good time playing it.
Yeah, it was a good time once we got into a lobby.
Yeah, once we got into a lobby, we did have some issues getting in there. All right, but let's go ahead now and jump into the list. We're going to start off with my game, and then we're going to bounce over to Yuki, unless we have a game that sort of we both want. This is in no particular order for either of us. We're just going to be working through our top 5 games. So to start off the list for me, really been looking forward to this game for I don't even know how long. GTA 5. Love GTA 4. I've loved the GTA series ever since the beginning, even way back in the very original top-down games on the PC, which eventually came over to the PlayStation 1, which a lot of people like to forget, but really some of the best games I ever played. And since GTA 5 was on 360 and now it's been on PS4 and Xbox One a few months, I just can't wait to get my hands on this game because I'm sure it's going to be 100 hours plus of fun, gorgeous graphics, and hopefully Rockstar delivers as far as the optimization is concerned. Is GTA 5 definitely on your horizon, or did you already play it on console? I'm not sure.
Oh, I played it on console. I have it for the 360. I have it for the PlayStation 4. So getting it for the PC will be specifically just to run around with a mouse and keyboard fluently, and then also to be able to play it in 4K is what I'm really looking forward to. So I'll probably get it, but it's not on my top 5 most anticipated since I've already played it twice. It's just something I'm going to have and play as just like an extra game to have, I guess, for 2015.
Oh yeah, and also all about them mods. The mods are going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't. Oh man, that is going to be fun.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that too in my opening there for the game. But yeah, the mods definitely.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about mods. I think. Shoot, I'm probably gonna get it for. I'm definitely gonna get it for the PC. That's just like upped it so much in my books as far as game to get now, because it's just gonna be crazy and it's just gonna keep being reinvented. You can do all sorts of crazy things with mods. Now that I have a PC, I can actually finally play all those cool ass mods I always see other people play, but I'm always envious of because I was stuck with the consoles before. So yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, and hopefully the mods and going along with the online, hopefully being better than what GTA 4 had. I remember playing Red Dead Redemption, which I thought had great online multiplayer, and I thought would have served great on the PC because I think you could only have like 18 or 24 people on the server at a single time, which was like the whole Red Dead map. So now with PC, maybe we'll be able to have 64 people on there. I don't know. Well, but I'm looking forward to it on PC nonetheless for the mods, for hopefully more people on the GTA 5 world map and doing private servers and whatever you want with the game, really. I can't wait to see what people are going to do. Even more so than what Rockstar is doing with the game. I can't wait to see what PC gamers are going to be doing with GTA 5.
Yeah, most definitely. That's some good points. I'm definitely excited about it as well.
Yeah, so now moving along from that, we're going to go over to a game that Yuki's looking forward to.
Oh man. So this
Street Fighter 5. I'll let you go ahead and take it away since you're
Street Fighter 5 is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Even though Street Fighter is a series that has just been recycled over and over again since basically Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those first addictions I had as a kid growing up. It's just like one of my fondest memories is sitting there and practicing full circles, half circles, knowing how to charge correctly for like Guile, Sonic Boom, and stuff like that. Just the concept of having a visually pleasing game that was a really solid fighting engine was like one of my first appeals, and then being able to play against your friends, sit there, talk trash, and just battle on that was just like a lot of fun. It really tests your skills as far as for a fighting game, and I'm really looking forward to the addition of it to Street Fighter 5. I really want to see it having some revamped graphics. I'm definitely looking forward to it on the PC. I even bought a fight stick and modified it in preparation to play it on the PC. So that is something I'm really definitely looking forward to, just because it has been one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, Street Fighter's kind of been off my radar for a while. I've tried Street Fighter 4, but I've kind of grown out of the fighting genre, but I definitely do have that sense of nostalgia when it comes to the franchise because, I'm 30 years old, so I'm kind of an old man when it comes to gaming, and I remember as a kid getting quarters from my mom so I can go to the video store where they rented VHS video cassettes. That's right, video cassettes. And standing there in line, because that was the only place in my town in Brooklyn that had a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine, and the place was flooded with kids my age, teenagers, just standing there waiting for a chance to get on the stick so they could play some Street Fighter 2. And I definitely have the nostalgia aspect for the series, so I will check out Street Fighter 5 once it comes out. Although I can't say I'm as excited about it as you sound like you are.
Oh no, no worries. I mean, this is, like I said, is my favorite game as a kid, and it was one of those games I never was able to play because as a kid I only had a regular Nintendo until I grew old enough to get a part-time job to buy my first like actual console. The first console I owned that supported a fighting game was I guess the GameCube with Capcom versus SNK2 EO.
Yeah.
And with that, I was starting to be able to actually fully practice and get really involved in it. And then as a teenager, I used to go down to the movie theater in my hometown, which was a lot smaller than Brooklyn. And I used to be the top Asian kid in my whole town. Actually, just the top kid in my town.
Just the top Asian? Just the top Asian.
I mean, like, I was the top
out
Asian.
of two. Top out of two. There was 2 Asian kids, and I was the best, I'll tell you.
I was the best. I was the best. And my dreams of Street Fighter was crashed when I first saw Diego play against Justin Wong in that EVO tournament way back when. After I saw them play, I realized I wasn't that good at Street Fighter anymore, but I still love the game.
Yeah, and I even though I haven't really played the games a lot recently, I do enjoy watching the EVO events because some of the moves those guys pull off are absolutely incredible. And with the advent of Twitch streaming and how readily available it is now, I think it's put front and center for a lot more people when those big events like that are going on, and it pulls more people in.
Oh, most definitely. Like, I actually went to one of those live events. One of my friends from high school had a small company that they put on events. They had Diego there. They had the Filipino champ, Justin Wong, all those top players. And I remember being there. I saw Filipino champ playing as Dalsim, that really big, slow Indian guy. And he just beat Diego at the final round. Diego was his favorite Ryu, and this guy just like dominated with Dalsim. It just blew my mind that someone could move the way that he did. So definitely, like, watching those tournaments really opens your eyes to how people actually maneuver these characters and what's possible with that game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Moving on now from Street Fighter to completely other side of the spectrum as far as games are concerned. The Witcher 3, man. The Witcher is probably one of my favorite RPG franchises ever, hands down. Witcher 2, probably my favorite RPG of all time, and that's not a lot of people throw around those kind of claims pretty lightly. I'm not one of those types of people, but you will hear me saying over and over again about the Witcher franchise that I love this series because of CD Projekt Red's dedication to the PC, dedication to putting out optimized games and lengthy games with lots of interesting content and lore and just so much stuff to do, and the graphics ever since Witcher 1, and then Witcher 2 was even better, and this game is looking like it's going to be like the new Crysis. Like, can it even run Crysis, bro? Well, can it even run Witcher 3? Because this game has some of the most stunning visuals I've ever seen. From what we've seen so far in the trailers, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it, just for every aspect of it, really. Are you going to pick it up Witcher 3 too? I know it wasn't on your list, but is this something on your radar? Have you played the Witcher games?
I have never played the Witcher games, but it is definitely something on my list now. I don't think, has the Witcher ever came out on the consoles?
The Witcher 2 did come to Xbox 360 later, after it had already been on PC for a while.
Okay.
But it was just the Xbox 360. The PlayStation never got it. And that was actually where I got my introduction, was I played Witcher 2 on 360 and couldn't believe how good it was. And then when I got a PC eventually, Witcher 1 was like one of the first games I got.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, I never played The Witcher, but I definitely had my eye on it. But since I have no familiarity with it, I wasn't really sure if it was something I was going to get. I didn't know like how it related to Skyrim. I love Skyrim, so if for
Yeah.
someone like me who's played Skyrim and loves Skyrim, is this going to be something that is definitely a lot more involved, or do you think it's less involved? What would you think? What would be your comparison with this in Skyrim as far as your experience?
As far as drawing a comparison to Skyrim, I would say that Witcher 3 is probably definitely going to be more like that. The previous Witcher games weren't massive open worlds in the sense of how Skyrim is, but Witcher 2 was more or less an instance sort of game where it was smaller instances, but each one of those were opened up, and you could go around and free roam and explore, within that area, whether we were in the first act, second act, or third act. So you were confined to an area, but it was a decent size. But if you really want the open world playground, then Witcher 3 is probably going to be a good entry point into the franchise. So
Nice.
if that's something you want to do, then I think Witcher 3 will probably fill that need for you.
Oh, most definitely. Because I was gonna actually like I was anticipating a new Skyrim to come out because I really love Skyrim, but I really wanted an updated version of it. And then if this is how you say it's just like Skyrim, but it's pretty much like the next version of Skyrim, I'll probably definitely play this and try it out and have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Like, no, it sounds awesome.
well, definitely different combat than Skyrim. I'm not a big fan of the Elder Scrolls combat. I know,
Okay.
I know. It's not for everyone. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not a big fan of it, but I think what always separated The Witcher from the Elder Scrolls series, besides just the combat, was I thought that the world and the characters in it always seemed more interesting, and I also thought they had a better narrative in the Witcher games. But that's just from my personal experience. I know there's a lot of Elder Scrolls fans out there, and I don't want to burn any bridges with them. It's just not my cup of tea.
Oh, gotcha. No, yeah, from your description of it, it sounds very exciting, and I will probably pick it up now that you've told me about it. Now I'm kind of getting really excited about it as well.
Yeah, you should at least check out Witcher 2. Witcher 1 is way different from Witcher 2 as far as the combat is concerned. But Witcher 2 is a good entry point. And, some people, if you're not a fan of a little bit dated games, then you might not enjoy Witcher 1. But
Okay.
Witcher 2 is great, though, and it picks up the story in a good enough place where you don't feel like you're too lost. But now let's go ahead and move on to what your next game is, which is a new game from Epic, the Gears of War developer. I was a big fan of the Gears of War series, but Fortnite is set to be coming out this
Yeah.
year. What are you looking forward to most in that?
Basically, I've really with my PC games that I picked out, it's just things that I thought I would have a lot of fun playing. And Fortnite look almost like a Minecraft mixed in with Team Fortress, kind of like those
Hmm.
two games collided. And it's like during the day where you build up your fortress and you have to work with teammates, and each person is responsible for developing their fort basically to kind of keep out baddies. And then when the nightfall comes, you have to defend your fort. And hopefully, your fortifications that you made during the day are strong enough to keep the monsters at bay. Now, there wasn't really a whole lot that I found in it. I just saw the basic gameplay trailers that's been out for a few months now. But from what I saw, it's like has some decent customization. You could definitely set up a lot of good traps. I'm not sure if it's going to like go on for multiple days or if it's like a 24-hour scenario where you have this section to build up and then see if it worked out that and then it restarts over again. So I'm kind of curious to see like how it's going to develop and how the gameplay is going to go. Maybe they have different game modes for what you want to do. Maybe they'll have like something that is just a 24-hour time block or something that will go on for a longer period of time so you could really see a massive fortified structure, like, just like a big ass castle that you built up with your friends that you could be proud of. So that would be something that I think will be pretty fun and interesting to me. And then over time, maybe they'll definitely have some modifications where they will release different sorts of booby traps and guns and just make it even more ridiculous than it already looks. So that's kind of like what I'm looking forward to. It's just something different that I haven't really seen before.
Yeah, it does look different. It's been a while since I've seen any new footage, but I haven't really been paying attention to Fortnite all that much. But being it as an Epic game, I will check it out because of their sort of prestige coming from the Gears of War series, which I really did enjoy. So
Yeah, most definitely.
I'll check it out just for that aspect.
I mean, I think it'll be a really fun game to play, especially for doing like YouTubing, because you can like get in there and interact with other people, and then if they do something completely stupid, you could belittle them and yell and rage for whatever. Like it'll be very entertaining for the people playing it as well as for people watching the video. I think so. It'll really be a great way to interact and engage viewers as well.
So the next one on our list is actually one that we were both mutually agreed upon. The only one on both of our lists that we both agreed upon, actually. Star Wars Battlefront, because how can you not want Star Wars Battlefront? Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 were both fantastic. It's from DICE, who makes Battlefields, who, BF4, launch issues aside, they make great multiplayer games and huge battlefields, and that just fits right in with what Battlefront was all about. And it's fucking Star Wars! What else do you need to know?
No, I most definitely agree. If you don't like Star Wars, you're a communist, and no one likes communists.
Communists and Nazis.
Agreed. No, man, like, I love Star Wars. I can't say I'm a fan of the new Star Wars that came out, but the original from the 80s, I'm definitely a huge fan of those, and those are, in my eyes, the only Star Wars that exists.
Yeah, I'm not a terrible big fan of the new trilogy either, and I've been in a lot of debates on Facebook about this with Star Wars fan groups, but yeah, I'm the same way. I really just prefer the original trilogies, mostly, and also especially the fan edits, which cut out all of the extra George Lucas bullshit.
Nice. Oh yeah, like, so I was just gonna go on a tangent about. I remember playing the first Star Wars Battlefront that I played was, I believe, for the original Xbox, and I remember when I picked up that game and played it, the whole kind of like you're just playing by yourself but against computers, but the fact that it was just something you kind of respawn in, that Call of Duty aspect, but with Star Wars characters, and the gameplay was very fluid. It really attracted me, and I really liked playing that game. It was very addictive. So however many years since I played that game, now seeing it come out with the all new revamped graphics, and from what I saw on news sites, that the developers are really taking their time to really make sure they do Star Wars like justice.
And
more
in Frostbite 3.
Yeah.
Graphics going to be amazing.
Yeah, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to, is just because the time and dedication that it seems that they're putting into it, it won't let down any Star Wars fans like you and I. One thing, though, I thought would be kind of funny is if they added some joke characters you could add in there to kind of make yourself more challenging, and also just to make other people mad if you're able to, like, kill them. And even though how much I hate Jar Jar Binks, I would love to have Jar Jar Binks as a playable character, because I want to kill people with Jar Jar Binks and then belittle them because, I just killed them with Jar Jar Binks.
That'd be oh my god, that would be the troll character.
And then you could have like a hotkey where you could pick a random Jar Jar Binks quote from the movie and just play it.
No, that's just wrong. That's just wrong in so many ways. Just get out of my channel. All right, so moving on from Star Wars Battlefront, we're going to move into the next game on my list, which is Metal Gear Solid 5. I've been waiting for this game for a long time to see the return of Big Boss, finally coming back to the franchise after MGS4. Well, obviously he was in MGS4. His last game was Peace Walker after MGS3 that all took place. Now this picking up in the 1980s. Really can't wait to see what Kojima has in store for us. Finally got a chance to play Ground Zeroes recently, and I was really happy with the poor quality on that, so definitely looking forward to MGS5, and also the fact that it's going to be optimized for the PC and coming to the PC, because I didn't even expect this to come to the PC to begin with.
Nice. I have no real input in Metal Gear Solid. It's never been my cup of tea as far as for a game. Graphically, they're really superior. I remember for the PlayStation 1, the Metal Gear Solid series for that, they're very very awesome and very pushing the cutting edge of the system. But it's just something I was never really into, as far as having to sneak around and be tactful and be very mindful of my ammunition of how I take down characters. I just like games that run and gun and just makes me an overpowered hero instead of someone I have to actually be concerned with the enemy, since they're pretty much on the same level as me.
Yeah, I always thought the gameplay was okay in Metal Gear Solid, but I always really played it for the story and for the cinematics, because it was one of the first games I remember ever playing that had such a cinematic approach to storytelling in a game. So
yes,
that's really what kicked it all off. What I feel from that point on, when I was playing a single player, that's what I was looking for. And I feel like almost every game since then now has basically adopted that for single player. It's looking to do that more cinematic approach.
Okay, I get it now, because you've been playing it, like, you played it from the very beginning, and then you kind of see how the character keeps developing. It really attracts you to see what the next chapter in his story is. So that's probably the main appeal of it, right?
Yeah, if you're able to actually keep up with all the different snakes.
Okay,
There's
gotcha.
quite a few of them.
Oh, okay.
But moving on to the next one, which is actually a brand new IP, which neither of us have ever played before. No one has, except for the developers, really. No Man's Sky, which we've seen at E3, and they're promising an awful lot with No Man's Sky. And I'm really mostly just curious to see if they're actually going to be able to pull this off, because they're promising an infinite, procedurally generated world where you'll be able to take off from and land on any planet seamlessly without a load screen of any kind. You just land on the planet, go explore, do as you please, and then take off and leave. So I'm
Yes.
excited for it, but it doesn't it's not confirmed yet for the PC, from my understanding.
I thought it was. That's why I picked this up because I thought it was like one of those games that was specific for the PC as well as PlayStation 4 is coming out for that.
Well, I was looking on Game Informer earlier for games coming out in 2015, so I can make my list. It just had PS4 listed, so I don't believe PC is confirmed yet.
Oh shoot. Okay.
But that's
Well,
but that's okay because I think it will come to PC.
okay, I would suspect so. Basically, well, especially because of the way that the game is being developed. The thing that I was really interested in this is the gameplay, not so much. I mean, it's just kind of seems a little bit boring if you think about just flying from one planet to the other and flying through space without. It didn't really look like there was much involved, but the thing that they're really pushing is the fact that you said is the fact that they have a infinite amount of space. Like the space within the game is like real space. And what's really neat about that is because let's say that you go to some far end of the galaxy, when you go there, someone else who goes at the same spot, even though everything is technically randomly generated, they have specific algorithms. So everything that you see there, they will also see the same exact things because the way that the mathematics work is that it will generate the same solution to the problem. Therefore, if you see a mountain on this planet at this specific spot, someone else on a completely different screen from all the way across the world will see the same exact thing that you're seeing. So that was something that was really interesting to me. Interested in me. And so all that data that is required for that isn't really stored on the disk, unlike a lot of the sandbox games.
Yeah.
So like it's just constantly pushing out mathematics to develop the worlds. And I thought that was really interesting because think of Grand Theft Auto if they turn it from a, like get away from the sandbox and actually just make a planet, a world of Grand Theft Auto where you could go to different cities. You could go to Liberty City, basically to San Andreas, and then anywhere around the world you want. And it still has that effect because they're not limited to having to put all the content within the game or on the same disk, but it basically frees it up to do infinite amount of things with it because, I mean, mathematic codes isn't really that hard to program, and it's just not going to take as much
Yes.
data as they currently do. So that's why I'm really excited about this. The gameplay, not so much, but the fact of what they're introducing into gaming is what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, and just to backtrack right before we move on, I just went and Googled it. I did say No Man's Sky is confirmed for PC. That was actually back in last August, so I'm sorry for even throwing that assertion out there. It was
No worries.
it was confirmed for PC, but it is a PS4 timed exclusive, so it'll be coming out for that first. But not like our next game, which is going to be coming out on all platforms. Just a couple weeks now, really not too far off. Battlefield Hardline, really I guess kind of the second Battlefield game this year, because I consider Battlefront to be a Battlefield game. Whether you want to or not, it's probably going to be just like Battlefield, but with Star Wars, which is totally fine with me. That's exactly what I want it to be. But Hardline's coming out. Cops and Robbers, played the beta last June. Had a really great time with it, and hopefully we're getting a beta next week, it looks like, either Monday or Tuesday. That's according to Frankie on PC, although I don't think DICE has come forward with an official date, or Visceral, I should say, Visceral EA, with an official date or day for the Hardline beta, the second beta, that is. But Frankie on PC kind of spilled the beans on them because he doesn't like them and they don't like him. But so looking forward to playing the beta at least, just so I can have a chance to get another hands-on with it before the game is actually coming out. But I'm definitely going to be getting this one. How about yourself?
Probably. I mean, like every game that we've discussed so far is something that's definitely gonna make it into my Steam library. But as
Origin
far as
library
like,
in this case.
oh, Origin, yeah, that's right. I haven't played the beta, so I'm not sure exactly how it plays or if it's going to be like a. Is it just like a Battlefield game, or
Yeah.
did they change up the? Okay, so it's just like a Battlefield game, except it's just cops and robbers. Basically, it takes off when the crime goes wrong and you have a big shootout. Is that right?
Well, they've got multiple modes. They've got some of the old standbys. They've got TDM. They've got classic Conquest and also a new take on Conquest where there's cars that you have to drive around in to actually bleed the point, which is called Hotwire, which sounds pretty amazing. And also they're promising it to be one of the most fast-paced Battlefield games they've ever made. And from the map design, it looks like it's going to be a lot more close quarters oriented, which I actually like in the Battlefield series, which I know might be blasphemy to a lot of people. Everyone wants these big conquest maps, but what really introduced me to the series was Bad Company 2, which had a lot of tight alleys where Rush was really the primary game mode, and that's what I'm looking forward to in Hardline is the tight gameplay, tight small spaces and all the little battles, not so much the big massive landscapes that we've seen like in Battlefield 4, which was definitely more conquest oriented.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be. It should be really good. Hopefully.
Nice.
And then to our last game, or I should say Yuki's last game on this list, something I remember seeing was, I think, back at E3 or GDC when they revealed this from Blizzard. It's Overwatch, which is basically going to be a free-to-play first-person shooter multiplayer. I think it's 6v6 if I remember correctly, and it sort of has a cel-shaded animation style, sort of like Borderlands-ish kind of thing. What are you looking forward to most in this?
Basically, it looks like just a fun, cartoony first-person shooter that you run around in a multiplayer setting. Like you said, 6v6. I'm sure there are going to be other game modes involved with it, but the fact that it's kind of like an updated version of Team Fortress 2, and then it also reminds me of Gotham City Imposters, that sort of cartoony fun where you have different characters with different attributes. I think I don't know, it just seems like a fun game that you could run around and play, like, that Call of Duty style game, but not really take it seriously where you're going to rage at the game. It's just like if you run around and someone outplays you, it's just kind of makes you laugh because it doesn't look like a game I could take that seriously. I'm sure there's going to be people who do take it over the top, but for me, it just looks like pure fun to just, I guess, run around and shoot things with different abilities. It's just what it is.
Nice. So yeah, Overwatch does seem pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Being that it's a free-to-play, I'm sure I will check it out. But that's going to wrap it up for our top 5 games for 2015 set to be coming out. So keep an eye out on those. Go watch some gameplay videos. Let us know down in the comments below again what you're most looking forward to. I want to know what your top 5 games are down in the comments, because that's what I enjoy most, is interacting with you guys and seeing if, maybe if our opinions match up, if mine match up with you, or maybe you're totally opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe you're just most looking forward to Madden this year. I don't know. I don't know you. But I want to know you, so fucking tell me. Tell me down in the comments below. That's going to wrap it up, though. I want to thank Yuki for joining us. Thank you very much, Yuki. Did you enjoy your time here helping out doing a collab? Hopefully we could do it again in the future.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't mess it up or do anything that was too bad. Oh, no. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. My camera wasn't recording this whole time.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just joking. I'm messing with you.
Oh, my God. I would have killed you. But speaking of cameras not recording, in about 2 minutes, mine's not going to be recording because of the Canon 12-minute limit. So I want to thank you again for joining us. I'm going to link down to Yuki's channel in the description below if you want to check him out, see some of his awesome 4K gameplay videos and things like that. As always, don't forget to stick a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not already, and if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing or help contribute to future videos, you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter at JokerSlunt. I'll catch you guys next time. Ta-ra!